Manahu Naniane Sage Andrew Romero. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for the Big Pine Paiute Tribe.
So how long have you lived in Big Pine?
Born and raised here for the most part, but I went back and forth between Big Pine and my father's tribe in Taos, New Mexico, Taos Pueblo.
So today is day 45 of Journey Up the Longest Straw. I asked Sage if he wouldn't mind giving me a tour of Big Pine.
And there used to be a pear orchard over here, through all the willows right there, all those trees.
Do they know who planted it?
Yeah, there's some families that did it.
Nobody maintains this place, right?
Nope, not no more. It's maintaining itself. Imagine the whole valley looking at it like this at one time.
This grass?
Grass and trees, cottonwoods. Grandma said the valley used to be covered in them. Big difference. Would have been a different place. Water is something that's important in our culture and our heritage and our stories. We believe everybody has that right to water, utilized for the benefit of all, not only just the human people, but the plant people, the tree people, the animal people, even rocks. And some of our blessings, we take some water, put it on the rocks, and seeing that everything around us is alive. Down here along this creek is some of the traditional medicines that our people use, as well as sugarcane, food sources, all growing along the creek.
In 1860, people started coming in and really changed things. They put up fences. Those fences then depicted what was whose, and that was such a flip from our own cultural knowledge. We didn't recognize that there was property ownership, be it land or water. Our people then started getting crowded out of all these lands that they used to utilize. Not only were our people crowded out, but the animals were also crowded out because no longer were they able to get to the places they used to eat.
Fences are what won the West. Some people think that it was like Colt revolver or whatever, the Henry repeater or whatever the gun was, but my grandma always used to tell me that it was barbed wire.
Cattle were brought into this valley, and all those cattle started eating the wild rice that our people grew.
Our people, we starved. We started starving.
And then happens one time this young man saw a cow out amongst its by itself, away from everything. So he thought, well, I need to feed my family, and this has been a really hard time. So he took his arrow and shot it and killed it, and he went up and he started skinning it, and just then the rancher came over the hill, saw him, and said, how dare you take my cow? Shot the Indian for that cow. And then after that, the war party started going down and trying to get revenge for that. And the army was brought in to help the ranchers because they were so scared.
As the wars went on and our people just saw the never-ending battles, they talked to the cavalry and said, one of the reasons why we're fighting is we need food. How can we coexist? And so the cavalry said, okay, well, tell you what, you come over to the camp here and we will provide food for you, and there will be peace for your people. So our people came to the fort and expecting a barbecue, expecting a people that were going to help us. And as we did so, they surrounded us and told us that we were now their prisoners. Then we were forced marched in the heat of July, in the summertime, from Fort Independence down to Fort Tejon, about 200 miles.
And the land was being overtaken by the ranchers and the city of Los Angeles. And then this area over here is Tinnamaha. It's one of the older sites that people used to live to. Campground now.
Do you guys like having all the campgrounds everywhere?
Well, I don't really have a say, because when our people were taken from this area and moved down to Independence and then eventually down to Fort Tejon, that's when all the counties started splitting it up with LADWP and everything and turned it into a campground. At least we can come up here and gather and stuff whenever we need to. Otherwise, it's kind of tragic to think about our people were at one time perfectly adapt here, lived here, and thrived and did everything. But now it belongs to something else. Ana yakima, ana yakima, mana.